Good here.
We're live, Bill. So you can start freezing. You can start freezing up.
Well, how's everyone doing tonight?
Oh shit! Let's let our guests. He ain't gonna say shit. Nobody's gonna say shit. Steve, they're all rude. I'm responding to you, Steve. They're the rude assholes.
Fictitious character said, I got a beef with all mailmen. I was wondering, are you part German Shepherd?
Oh, shit.
German Shepherd fictitious.
Good old
Pitbull.
You know, I figured when I asked you guys how you guys were doing, I figured Bill just froze. But
oh, yeah.
He's actually been not freezing lately. In the last couple of shows, he's been doing pretty good.
Been doing pretty decent.
I took one piece of advice, and that was from Eric. He goes, stop moving around so much when you talk.
I said that, too, in the chat at one point.
But I think you almost have to know that he's not frozen.
Hey, mailman. We 0609 said my dog loves the taste of mailmans.
Oh, his little baby Pitbull?
Hey, that's illegal in some states.
Wait, have you ever been attacked by a dog?
Me, no. I'm kind of a dog lover, so I've been not chased, but ran up on by pit bulls, and I just kind of just treat them like a dog, and
they instantly fell in love.
Yeah, well, one of them was a little sketchy, but he stopped and just kind of sniffed, and then I just told him to get the hell out of here, just yelled at him, and he left.
Yeah,
get the hell out of here.
But I've had 3 encounters with pit bulls running straight at me.
We need.
Do you carry that repellent, that fog pepper spray?
Yeah, it's in my vehicle because, if we don't carry it, they'll bitch about it. But hey, I don't put it on myself.
You just gave me a really good idea, mailman. We should send a pit bull after Bill's internet, so maybe then it'll start running faster.
Jesus Christ.
That was a dad joke. You're officially old.
Last time I heard something that funny, I fell off my dinosaur, man.
Oh.
Okay, I am a dad. I can tell dad jokes. What's your excuse, Steve?
I'm just lame, man.
Oh, okay.
He's young and don't know any better.
Should we actually talk about stuff the people in chat, all that?
Sure. Do you guys want to shout some people out? I'll give you the honors. How about that?
I got some people to shout out.
Sure.
Shane Smith, Billy Cooper. I'm nicer than your dad. I shouted you out first. The real Stevie J. What's up, my dude? Tony Berry in the building. Dustin Kendall. Kiss My Vape. How's it going? Chris Bridges. Anthony Basie, a.k.a. Big Ant. What's good with you? Fictitious character. He's got a beef with our friend Mailman over here. Carlos Ramirez representing for us Denver folk. Where I'm not there anymore, but I used to be. Weo 609, who already sicked his dog on Ramon. Roy, who I shouted out in my most recent review over on youtube.com/Phoenix Vapor on the Zeus X. Go check it out. Charlie, a.k.a. the MVP. Let's see. Sundiata Black. Mike in L.A. Sick Boy. Cloud King Cody. Tommy Vapors. Alan Jones. Mr. Phillip Vapes. In the building. Fuck yeah.
Did you say Roy Godine?
I did. He's the one I shouted out in my review over on youtube.com/Phoenix Vapor. It's the Zeus X RTA review.
Nice plug there.
You need to get a little icon when you do that says shameless plug on Zamble.
I mean, I can do that.
I can do that. The same thing.
I can do that.
And then you gotta credit someone.
I can do that.
You gotta credit the person you learned that from too, huh?
I guess so. I learned that from Steve. Okay.
I'm gonna buy one of those little air horns, and every time Eric leans in to go phoenixvapor.com, I'm just gonna go.
That would be enjoyable for everyone's ears.
At least I know to turn my speakers down.
There you go.
Keep them down anytime there's a show.
Sure. Blow out your speakers, man.
All right. So who's our guest, Steve?
Oh, Mr. Mailman Vapes Trois, or also, or Tambien.
Moment, what? What? What did you say?
Oh, French for two, Trois.
Wow.
All right.
Or Tambien, also.
Actually, was 3, but
Close
is
enough. Well, I guess we got Mailman Vapes 3 over here then.
Mailman Vapes 12.
Either way.
It's kind of like a statement more so than a name.
Sure, yeah. So, yeah, number 3.
Number
3.
I'm so fucking confused right now.
I'll change it tonight. I'll change it right now. I'll just go on there.
Put it in French, too.
I like when he says we're here for the food chai giveaway. Steve's giving away his food chai?
No, he's not.
Come on, man. That shit's sacred.
I saw that there was a new food chai out.
Is it high end?
Really?
I'll throw a little hint out here. So here's my thing is, y'all know I was trying to grow my group. So what I'm going to do is just to see how it works out. When I get my, y'all saw my block for my my Stabwood Taiji Storm that I'm going to have. So if that works out, I'm actually going to give away my black Taiji Storm.
Damn.
So I got to see what's going on. I got to get more followers than just 160.
Hey, you're getting there, though, man.
Really quick, can I interrupt?
Sure.
Because you guys came up with a great idea. So, really, you won't see this on the Zoom end, guys, but they're going to see it out there in public. So, go ahead and go check out my new review on youtube.com/Phoenix Vapor. Thank you all so much.
Where's the air horn?
Nope, the shameless plug popped up. I took the idea. I did it. Great idea, Bill. I'm going to use that all fucking night.
Seen that.
No, that was the mailman who had that idea. He said
Sorry.
the banner.
Back to the mailman and who he is. I'm sorry for interrupting.
Yes, mailman, go ahead.
So who am I? I'm a mailman, and I started vaping about a year ago, and just decided might as well show off my gear, because once I pretty much started with RTAs, and I knew I was going down a real deep dark rabbit hole. So
Sure.
I just kind of started making videos, and I had spent so much time on YouTube researching everything that it just kind of felt like might as well just throw my hat in the ring. So yeah.
That's where it all came from, huh? That's where the rap.
Just threw my hat in the ring. Put it back on after.
Sure.
I got a ring for my light, but a hat won't fit.
So
you're.
I want to hear about the mailman thing, man. I'm curious as fuck about the mailman thing, because I fucking hate my mailman. This motherfucker always bringing my shit late.
Wait a second.
My
mailmen
customers love me.
Do mailmen actually look through to see if it comes from someone that they know, and they know when to take the mail? Is that it?
Say that again, Bill?
I said, did they look through the mail to see if it came from a modder and they know which mail to steal?
Oh. I know every single vapor on my route, and it's not by accident, because I can smell that juice. I can smell it in the bags.
You can always mail it for some reason. I don't know what the deal is there.
I mean, if I had, if I knew what all the high-end boxes look like coming in, might cost every now and again.
Might slip it into the back pocket, huh?
Just go to Vapor Swaggin's house and move into his neighborhood and make sure you get to deliver his mail, and you'll be good. Every day you'll get something new.
That means I can't tell you where I live either, because I
don't want to live where it snows. So.
Sure, it sucks, man.
It'd be hard to steal anything when you can't even deliver the mail on your road.
You don't deal with snow?
Nah, not out here.
He's in California. No.
Some of these motherfuckers are savage, man. Just savage.
So wait, you and Philly are always on lives, right?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
How did that friendship come about?
Yeah, I'm sorry. I'm sorry, mailman. I'm sorry.
We're just chatting over.
we're praying for him and his mail. You know, the mailman does not deserve the Philly. We apologize. I'm just kidding. I love that Steve. I don't know about this Steve that's here right now though.
Sure.
Yeah.
There's a couple of them. I'm okay, but you know, I'm not from Philly though.
Yeah, we're not. We're just kidding. We love you, Philly. Please don't kill me.
We love you, Philly.
I don't know. I have
Sneak in your
about
neighborhood.
now, if I were still in Jersey, I'd have to hate you on principle. But I'm in Vegas now, so it's all good.
Vegas is nice.
Oh,
Yeah,
it's beautiful right now.
But me and Philly, we met. I'm pretty sure like in a chat room, just chatting away, and maybe even your guys's or maybe even the high end on Sunday. But
Wait, like Christian Mingle?
yeah, well, it could have been there too. Could have been there, or was the one where he swiped.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
I think
Grinder.
Sure. Yes.
there you go.
That's a popular one on this live show for some reason.
That's actually where me and Steve and Bill met as well.
Yep.
They both swiped right on me. I took them both out on a date at the same time. It was a funny thing. It was
Sure. I was indecisive at first, but then I knew it was true love. Knew it.
Yeah, Philly couldn't resist my banana hammock picture, so
oh.
I was in there. I was in there.
That makes sense. I mean, that sounds very believable.
It's all about the two-shot slingshot.
Sure.
Don't let me forget to tell you guys about Steve and the bachelor party this weekend, and he's going to be very confused on why I just mentioned his name, but it's relevant. It's relevant.
Sure.
Anyway, continue. Sorry, man. We haven't let him talk once. We keep every time we're like, "Hey, answer this question." Oh, so I'm sorry.
No, but yeah, we just met in the chats, and I don't know. We started talking on IG or Facebook or something, and I just asked if he wanted to go live because, all my boys at the time, they, one of them was going through something with family and everything, and they all didn't want to get together. And I like the live stuff. I like to just hang out and chat.
It appears Philly has confirmed that you guys met on Grindr, so.
Sure. And then Fictitious said Grinder has been bringing vapors together. It's nice.
It's nice.
That's a subject for you guys. Have you guys checked out that app Waffle?
No, but we saw that you're whoring them out for whatever reason. So you've checked it out. How much they paying you, Bill?
I put it in the chat. It's like Instagram, but it's only vapors on there. So, and a lot of people had issues with it saying, oh, there's kids. Honestly, I've been watching it for the past week or so, and all I've seen is tons of hand checks, some cloud checks, and it's mostly like a couple of reviewers, like I can't remember that one chick's name. For some reason, it escapes me. But she's posting some of her snippets of her videos on there, too.
Is it Zophie?
Nope. No, my
Wendy?
age group. Wendy. Yeah, Wendy.
Wait, that's
yeah,
that sounds like a pretty cool site.
It's actually pretty badass. It's just like Instagram. It's run the same way, most of the same apps. But the cool part is in the top corner, there's a little menu, and you click it down. It's got DIY recipes. It's got an ohm calculator. It's got a coil calculator. And even a battery ratings area. It was pretty cool. There's a lot of little neat tools in there.
Yeah, sounds like a nice site for vapors, man. Other than Grinder.
And farmers only.
I just noticed Mitch Green is in the building. Vapeaholics Anonymous coils, and I got to say, lately I've been getting a lot of different coils. Mitch's coils, Vapeaholics Anonymous coils are normally my go-to, and I've been trying out a whole bunch of other coils, and I still keep going back. Mitch. Mitch, I love you. Thank you for making beautiful coils.
Message you after the show. I'm a little overdue for some coils. I think these are about a month and a half old.
So, you guys want to show what you're vaping on, or what?
Sure. Let our guests start, since we've been not letting them do shit because we talk so much.
All right, I got the Maverick with the.
Oh, that's a badass mod. Oh my god, look at that. No, I'm just kidding. I'm just fucking with you.
Jeez.
Got the Kennedy with the Kennedy.
Nice.
Got the Paranormal with the Juggernaut Mini. And I got the Jenna and the Topside, which is pretty much my daily go around. That's it
nice.
for me.
That was the Palm Plus, right?
Yes, sir.
That shit's nice, man.
Thank you. Yep.
Yeah,
my favorite.
You can afford it being a government employee.
I just went from an HMO to a PPO, so I got money now.
I went from an ABC to a DEF, and yep.
Sure. Yeah.
Yep.
It's an old person joke.
Well.
All
So
right.
you want to go there, Mr. William, or what?
Where
I don't
do
know.
go?
Somebody, I'll pass it to Bill. He's down there.
All right, so as always, my Taiji with the Citadel and my blue titanium Squonk Donkey ring and tip. My fancy tuning 50 with the basic on top. Jam Monster PB and Jam. My Cycloid 2.1 with the Prestige on top. And my Cloak G2. Love this thing with the Day 1 on top. And as always, my Orion is hiding on the side.
Okay, I want to go before you, Steve, because I don't want to go after you with what you're going to show, because I imagine that people in chat are going to start talking about it.
Sure.
So please don't make me go after you. Or yeah, let me go before you, please. Please, thank you. I got all three of my Orions.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Addiction.
I actually have two more, but anyway. And I swear I'm not copying you, mailman, but I got my top side with my Jenna. Okay.
Good combo.
I've got my Billy Club with my basic 1.1 Ti edition. Okay.
That looks nice.
It is nice.
I like the buttons on that, man. I like this. I like the pattern buttons.
I got my Billy box and my Billy Club. Billet box. And then the new one, the new mod that came in today, but with an RDA that I've had for, oh no, this came in a couple days ago now. But I got the regulated Limelight Gloom DNA 75C with my Wicked on top with Squonk Donkey cap and the Wicked ring. So now I'll pass it to Steve so he can show us all up.
Wait, is your Limelight 24 catch cup?
Yes. Well, no,
Yeah.
yes.
Okay. Well, I'll start off with my my old rusty, trusty VTN box with the basic 1.1. Got me some US Mods GT4 going on. Also, I got me some Diecodes Limelight regulated blue Cerakote with the basic black titanium on top. And the one where I think everyone's going to hate on, or maybe they might like it, is the VCR 3.5 DNA 75C dual Addy, dual Squonk bottle, 21700, 3D printed Goliath. Yeah, that's it.
You watching chat to see if they say anything, Eric?
I'm waiting, yep.
Sure.
Yeah.
There's a little delay, so they're going to be seeing it like 20 seconds after.
Yeah.
Oh, there we go. We said,
There it
holy
is.
shit, that lizard. What
What
the hell is that thing, Steve?
Yeah. That's the one you were waiting for.
I told you it's a VCR.
It's a
Nah, it's the lizard dual Squonk. I don't know what it's called. I don't even think it has a name. Single 21700 with.
Sorry, Swaggins just said the funniest shit. He said, I'll hit your couples mod with you any day.
Hey, I'll save a side for you.
Of the day.
We can Lady and the Tramp that shit, man.
Can you do that though? Can you hit both of them at the same time?
We'd be cheek touching, but it'd be close.
So
Can you hit both of those baddies at the same time? Is your mouth big
No,
enough?
it doesn't. You can't hit both at the same time, so I guess he'd just be pretending for the love.
For the love.
For the
It's just for the picture. Just for the
Yeah,
IG picture.
Yep, just for that,
it's
that
all for
special
the.
moment.
It's all for the snap.
Carlos said that it looks like a stun gun.
It does too, huh?
Vapor Swaggin sent an emoji of two people with a little heart over
Nice.
their heads.
We'll have to get something in the works.
Sick Boy
Yeah,
wants
oh.
to know if you and Sick Boy can vape and spoon together. That sounds real cute.
We'd have to be facing each other. It wouldn't really be spooning. It'd be I don't know, hugging.
I call it FUCKING.
Sitting in a tree.
You're not.
I think Connor Rowan should have made one of those and called it the plug and puff.
We said it's docking.
Wait, what's that mean?
Oh, you don't want Google it. Google it, Steve. He feels embarrassed right now. That's why he's like, I'm just gonna make sure I'm vaping right now instead of.
Oh my god, dude, you guys are killing me tonight.
Sorry.
Well,
It's because we're checking the mail. Get it? Checking
Sure.
the mail.
well,
Holy shit.
hey man, I think it's pretty cool though. I mean, I'll spoon with anyone, man. You want to come spoon with this mod?
You got to bring your own battery, though, right?
Yes, I don't share batteries. Nope,
Oh,
no batteries. And you got to bring your own drip tip. Bring your own tip. If you know.
That's not a problem.
wrapped? Is that it?
Oh, and then Pal702 said, "Oh shit, mailman in the house. What up, everyone? I feel like I just walked into some gayness. My Monday just got better."
Sure. That was about 5 or 10 minutes worth of some gayness.
It's okay. This is what's gonna happen on a show of guys who met on Grindr. So
Sure. Yeah. I mean, it's a must. Really.
The original 4 starters right here. This
Sure.
first 4 guys on Grindr.
Founding members of Grindr for Vapors.
Oh my god. Fucking pal. Who is that? We? Butterfly kisses and pickle smooches. Jesus. You guys were on a fucking roll tonight.
wait,
Man,
Mike
I
in
wish
LA
that-
called it an orgy. Should we stop? Are we? Is this?
do we stop?
Are we? I don't want to be known as the orgy show.
Well, seems like it's a little bit too late for that.
It seems like it's. What'd you do to us? What'd you do to us, mailman?
But it happens on my show all the time. It's not even a show. It's just this.
This is just a breakdown.
That's where Grindr started, was over there. I think we started the Grindr thing.
Oh my god.
Man, this show has just become something else.
Real vapors to the daisy chain. That's what we're gonna call it.
And I gotta say, part of this is to blame on chat. For instance, We0609 just said, "I want to be the conductor on the train. Fictitious will bring up the rear."
Here we go.
Steve, your mod is a demon-possessed mod.
Yeah.
Look at what it has done.
Yes. Well, here's another look if you guys want to start a second round of comments.
There you go.
Yo, you know what else that looks like? It kind of looks like the Shocker.
Yep. Mhm. Or really like too close.
What?
Can we? Is there going to be a new porn called Two Girls, One Vape?
2 girls and 1 man.
No telling girls to sit on the mod, okay?
2 bottles and 1 battery.
Minnesota Cloud said, "What the fuck did I just come into?" We're trying to figure out the same thing, buddy.
Sure.
We're trying to figure out the same thing. We have no idea what the fuck just happened. Apparently,
That's what I thought. Carlos said it
meltdown.
high-tech binoculars. That's what I thought it was, a rangefinder binoculars when I first saw it. I was like, what the hell's he got there?
You going hunting?
Got my double barrel.
all right. So,
How's it going, buddy?
how about them Yankees?
Yeah. It's baseball
how's the weather
season.
over there.
Sure. Now we're going to talk about bats and balls
Bats and balls.
Who's pitching?
and making it to third base.
Home run, dog.
Home
I'll
run.
be catcher.
All right, on some serious shit. So, the way politics works, right, is when things are proposed as a bill, first they go to a committee that it's most relevant to. For instance, the one that I just had a video up on over at youtube.com/Phoenix Vapor.
Sorry.
Here we go.
Yeah. Anyway, we were at the committee hearing. So the committee votes to bring it to the floor or to not bring it to the floor. So the committee actually really has the most power. And that's the best opportunity to advocate against something because you got a percentage, a small percentage generally, of the entire either Congress or Senate, whichever it may be. And you just have to convince them rather than the body as a whole. Well, in New York...
Wait, which hole on the body? Sorry. I thought we were talking about holes and orifices. Sorry.
No. I can't think of something witty right now, so I'm just going to say no.
I vape with children.
Sorry, continue with your intelligent
Anyway,
talk.
this is real fucking serious, guys. One of the biggest states in the country, it just passed the committee to ban flavors in New York. The state. They are moving it on to the floor at this point. Also, a Colorado senator has sponsored a bill, again, that'll be similar to the one that Dick Douchebag Durbin passed or tried to get passed last year to ban flavors nationally.
So wait a second. A guy from Colorado, where weed is legal, is attacking vaping.
Yeah, it's a woman, but yeah. Essentially, you are correct.
Was she cycling when she wrote the bill?
Well, the thing is, New York as well
Very, very sensitive there, Bill.
is also has talked about recently. The politics there have talked about being less restrictive when it came to cannabis. But I will say this: it didn't pass committee, but here in Washington, we were able to kill the flavor ban at committee. It looks like, I'm hoping that we killed the insane retail tax as well, but we have to wait for the vote. But, I mean
it's going to be tough to kill that retail tax because politicians are going to be looking at it as more money in their pocket. So you're going to have to hit them on a really, really have a real come to Jesus moment with them, because that's all they're going to be seeing is dollar signs.
And this isn't a shameless plug, but I'm just, if you watch in the video, there was like 113 people who showed up to testify, and I think it was 90-something, 18 showed up against and 90-something 18 showed up for the bill, and 90-something showed up against. When you have that significant of a difference, it usually does send a message, especially considering all those who showed up were paid lobbyists for different industries that would benefit from this retail tax.
I watched your video, and that one older gentleman, I wanted to reach into the screen and throttle him.
Jerry Roulette, he does this every fucking year, and every single time he writes into the bill that the tax money will go to his department that he works at the University of Washington. Yeah. Every single fucking year.
Like, you couldn't even say cessation right.
Yeah, he said sensation.
I was like, you know what? You're supposed to be this educated politician, and you sound like a moron when you talk. I could throw the word fuck into every sentence and still sound more intelligent than him.
To quote Bogan, according to Tony Berry, fuckwits. Anyway, so here's the thing. Like, I understand both viewpoints. There are a lot of people who have been involved in vaping advocacy for a long time and are really fucking burnt out, because that is literally what these political people with power are trying to do. They want us to be burnt out and give up. And it fucking sucks to go at it every year, to win, then to have it come up again the next year, then win again, and always have to be doom and gloom thinking that this shit's going to be banned. But at some point, we're going to fucking win. We saw this with the cannabis industry. It took forever for them to be able to get any kind of anything legalized. You saw back in the late 2000s and like 2007, 2008, you started seeing medical marijuana being passed. Then we saw in the last 5 years or so, we saw legalization. And now it's something like 2/3 of the states, it's either legalized or legalized for medical use. And so
decriminalized.
Exactly. And so it's, you're right. That's a good distinction because there is a big difference between legalized and decriminalized. But so it's a fucking bitch to keep going at it. But if we really believe in this so much, we got to fucking keep going at it. And it's happening everywhere. And it's going to happen everywhere. And the reason why is because the healthcare industry, the pharmaceutical industry, mainly the tobacco industry, we paint as the biggest adversary, and they are definitely an adversary in a lot of senses, but they see the writing on the wall. They know that tobacco is eventually going to be gone, and so they see vaping as their one chance to keep making some money.
Sure.
So there is going to be a time to battle them for sure, but I don't think it's quite now. Right now, it's really the pharmaceutical industry and the healthcare industry who still want to make money off of us dying and getting sick from tobacco. And that is who is funding these bullshit ads that show a guy puking after vaping or, you know, that kind of shit. You look in, you follow the money, they fund all that shit. You also look at health departments. They're the ones, like in Washington, it's a representative who works for a health department because the United States, there is such a bigger problem that it's I'm not going to get into it because we would be here for hours, but the nutshell is that we focus on reactionary healthcare rather than preventative healthcare. Switching to vaping is more of a preventative measure because you're preventing the long-term effects of tobacco use, whereas the pharmaceutical industry and healthcare industry provide the reactionary care, which is someone's already sick. Now let's make it as easy for them to keep living with that disease, with that problem, rather than actually stopping the problem before it happens. And wow, I imagine right now the contrast between the conversation we were having 10 minutes ago. Anyway, the point is, right? Money is the root of all evil. It's a fucking evil thing when it comes to big corporations. Fighting big corporations is a bitch, but they have we have something they do not, which is the people. Sure. One person with a lot of money could never beat millions of people with loud ass voices.
See, you say that, man. I think bigger states are cool, but when it comes to smaller states, they could probably run shit in smaller states like West Virginia, man, because I don't feel like a lot of people vape here. So I feel like they could have their way in smaller states, though, man. Because, you know, you have all them people show up for your state, but I don't even think that would happen here if there was something like that, man.
Pal702 brought up a great point, and I have some personal testimony to this. Weed is legal because the people that qualified for the license were millionaires and corporations. $50K just to apply for a dispensary license in Vegas. They have money for lobbyists, so they in. He's right. I spent, well, not me, but my girlfriend and I spent 10 grand on a license here, which was a bargain. We got a deal because somebody else had already bought it, failed because of all the hoops you have to jump through. So what happens is you buy these fucking licenses. They make it so hard to be able to actually open up unless you have stacks and stacks of money that you eventually lose that license. And so either A, they're making the money off of the same license having to be resold every time, or that spot opening up every time and repurchased, or B, somebody who's rich as fuck gets it and they get a shit ton of tax money. So he
actually, all the dispensaries here in Vegas are partially owned by doctors who work here. They're the ones with the money who do this.
Well,
those are that's who the people have to pay to get their card, and it's like $70 a patient. And if you
they don't have cards here. It's completely legal. Anybody with a driver's license can go in. The only thing they do here is this is a very gun-friendly city, so I can actually put my 1911 on my hip and walk right out my front door down to the store and get groceries. But there's a lot of concealed weapons permits here, a lot. And if you walk in, believe it or not, they always take your driver's license. They run your license to see if you are a concealed weapons owner. If you are, and they find you buying weed, they actually rescind your concealed weapons permit. So they've already said it. It's not legal for people who have a concealed weapons permit here. But anyone else, you can be here on vacation and walk into a dispensary and buy weed. They don't care.
That's like what's happening here where I'm at. They're getting ready to make it legal, but you can tell that only the people with money are going to be able to get it. And you can tell the shops here, like the rich shops that have like tobacco and pipes and all that stuff. There's one person in my town, I feel like he's going to try to monopolize it, which sucks. And it's just going to be one person running all that shit. And actually, in West Virginia, you don't even need a concealed weapon, anything. You can just have a gun. It's kind of crazy.
Yeah, I know out here in California, it's pretty much the same. If you've ever had a weed card, you can't even apply for, to own a gun. And we've got really strict gun laws out here. So, we have to hold 2-week waiting and, all that.
Yeah, Pal 702's right. Out here, there's a guy. This guy owns every gas station in town called Terrible Herbst, and they actually have a license to sell weed. It's hilarious. I mean, the guy died a couple months ago, but the company itself owns a license to sell weed. And I never understood that. It's a fucking gas station.
Well, I feel like maybe another thing is they're going to be hoping that people don't show up anymore to fight for vape advocacy, and then they can get in with some of these bills and shit,
I want to address one thing. Ricky Mahoney said something. Now, me being ex-law enforcement, there is one thing. A lot of people say, weed never killed anyone. No, you're right. Weed never killed anyone. But there's thousands of motherfuckers who died over weed. So, kind of a trade-off.
Especially out here in California, we have, the triangle up there, the 3 counties where, Mendocino County and shit. Yeah. Murder Mountain out there. It's crazy.
Yeah. They will shoot you if you come on their property. I've seen it.
Yeah.
You mean where they grow it?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The green triangle up there. What is it? Humboldt County and that area?
Yeah, Humboldt's the main one. That's where the majority. That's where Murder Mountain's at. But yeah, there's like 3 counties that all grow just a ton of fucking weed out there, and it's the Wild Wild West out there. I mean,
I retired from that work back in 2006, and even then we knew Humboldt County, we knew Murder Mountain, we knew that area, and that's coming from a New Jersey police department.
Yeah. Yeah, my father-in-law, he just retired from law enforcement too. He was a detective pretty much most of his career as well. So, and he mostly dealt with the, methamphetamines, but they did weed busts, and a lot of them were out there when they would do them.
So, where did it go? Who asked about it? Mr. Philip Vapes asked if Apple will ever do anything with the vape product they took a patent out on. So there's a lot of speculation. I think that was like mid-2017 that news came out. There was a lot of speculation on whether it was a vape device or not. From the patent, Bill froze, finally.
Yes.
Scratching his head. Yeah.
No, for me, he's vaping, mid-vape.
There was a lot of speculation. I don't think that there's been any updates. At least I haven't read any. That doesn't mean there isn't any. But there was speculation that was a vaporization device for car scent because they're starting to get into the electric car market. They've been doing prototypes. So there was speculation that was only to vaporize some kind of scent to put into the car. Sam and Bill, the 2 newest Vape America admins, moderators, are both here now. Sam just joined the building. Anyway, so I don't know anything more on whether Apple's going to do a vape product, but what is funny is Juul is a company started by 2 former Apple employees. So
possible. Actually,
there was also iPhone case.
Uh-oh. There he is.
There he is. There's the Bill I know and love.
There he is. Jesus Christ.
Oh my gosh.
And you can't hear us either.
Game over, man.
I'm going to do something for all our live viewers here.
Hey, but you know, I was in my local vape shop recently, and it says absolutely no Juul products here. So I was pretty happy to see that, but...
Yeah, I know my vape shop, he refuses to carry them. You know, people come in asking all the time, you got Juul? You got Juul? You got Juuls? And he just refuses to, just because of all the, you know, the negative attention surrounding him.
Sure.
Yeah, we don't carry them here. We, at Phoenix, we do have Juul compatible stuff, but not anything that's actually a Juul device or Juul pods that are actually Juul shits. So,
but you know, in the same token, you know, at least it gets people off cigarettes too, even if it is a Juul. You know,
I mean, they have their place. There's nothing wrong with them. It's just it's the hands that they get into, and you know the outlook that it puts on us, as you know, even though the high majority of us are all responsible people. You know, there are people out there who still, you know, get them for the kids, and even dumbasses in the same respect who are selling them to the kids. So
yeah,
that's where it's bad.
Pal 702 said he is blocking anyone who vapes an Apple device, and that they will an Apple pod system. Excuse me, they will make them so you have to upgrade your pod every 6 months to fit the new pods.
Probably can put music
Windows
on them too, man.
It's not Apple. That's Windows.
I think it's all the phones, man.
They all do it.
Yeah.
What's up, Louis Nicolette? That's my Louis Nicolette's the high-end guru. Like,
hello.
Just because I will say something too. Just because I review shit doesn't mean I know everything. I get a lot of help and advice from folks. I ask Louis a lot of questions. I ask Steve questions, Bill questions. I ask a lot of people questions. People here that work at the shop, and they ask me questions too. And that's how it works. I don't know everything. If there's a reviewer who says he knows everything, he's lying. I guarantee you. Oh, Robobill's gone.
Oh, bye, Bill.
Now we got Ghost Bill, man. But yeah, I was in just to pick up on the local shop I was in, man. I was looking at some of the prices they were charging people for them fucking mods, man. I wanted to just be like, dude, come on. And they you could tell these new people were coming in. They didn't know anything about any of them. And I saw them describing a Voopoo mod. And he's like, this is probably one of the best mods you're going to find right now. And I wanted to look at him and be like, dude, come on, man. What are you doing? Why don't you just give him a fucking bag full of shit instead?
I would enjoy that, probably.
Yeah. You know what I mean? I'd rather vape a sock full of batteries.
I mean, most people who do go to the vape shops, they're going to be fine with those Voopoos and those smocks. But, you know, the few that move on to the hobbyist side, they're going to eventually not go to that vape shop for the majority anyway.
I don't have a problem with them using those products. The price, man, the price they charge the people.
Yeah, it's ridiculous. See, here we don't bring anything in unless we can keep it competitive with online prices. But I've been to other shops that it's literally double what the online prices are.
That's what I mean, man.
I'm at a touch with my vape shop because I do most of my stuff online. Not to mention here in Vegas, my son's in the chat. He'll tell you the same thing. I literally travel and go to different vape shops just looking to see who will have squonk stuff, you know, something that's relevant or new. And it's still the same old shit from 2017.
Sure. Well, they're probably getting them at a lower price now than they would have then. So now they can make more money now than they did then.
Everybody's got a whole fucking shelf full of naked.
Yeah. I will say this: my local shop had they had VTN boxes. I was pretty surprised about that.
Holy shit!
Yeah,
I know the guy who The guy who runs the one I go to, because there's a few out here, but I only go to one of them just because of the selection. But he'll pull in some Lost Vape and Asmodeus and stuff that you see out there on in the Google worlds.
Sure. And those are good products. I like Lost Vape.
I like Lost Vape.
Yeah.
I think if someone from our community, like, and I don't mean this in a bad way. I think if someone like, hypothetically, Louis Nicolette, myself, Eric, Steve, you, I mean, if any of us opened our own shop, it would probably close down in under a year because it would have all high-end, awesome shit.
Sure.
It would have flavors of juice that no one's ever heard of but us, It would probably be so shit because some distro would come to us and go, here, look, I got Spock, GT Priv 500s on sale. We're going to be like, fuck that. I ain't putting that in my shop. So we talk about how the shops don't stay relevant, but honestly, in a business model, the shops usually are pretty on par for what they need to do to stay open.
I'd agree with that.
So,
yeah.
Vapes by Anushi, they're in Canada, I know, but I think they do it right. They
got online.
They have a store, and they do sell high-end stuff, but they also have the regular Vupus and smokes and all that shit. Not smokes as in cigarettes, smokes as in the brand. And they sell a lot of the high-end stuff online as well. So that's where the market is, right? And so they're very smart about it. Yeah.
You need to branch out and diversify. If the high-end stuff is selling online, then just sell the high-end stuff online, Don't worry about it. Because honestly, I mean, if I opened my own vape shop, I'd probably have smoke products in there, or smoke products, whatever the fuck they call themselves this year. I would do it because it's one of those. If I'm putting the money out of my wallet to pay for it, I'll fucking do it. What did you say, Steve?
So angry.
By the way, Nick Pinkerton's here. So while Nick is here, I want to say fuck you, Steve. Because you got on his list for the fucking DNA Mod Bros.
Oh.
And there was only 3, and I see, Nick Pinkerton, I've been watching him posting and I go and I run, and I'm, man, it's only been like 12 minutes and it's already filled, and Steve's, of course, one of them.
I got lucky, man. I didn't even see it until it just popped up, and I was like, damn, man, I better get this now while I can. And then I hopped on it, and I luckily got on it, man. Sorry.
Steve's sitting there pounding that F5 button like a half-price hooker.
Yeah. I got like 10 people that work for me at my house. They just go search the internet for ×1s that need real quick. They just type it in real quick. Their main goal is to kick Eric out of every single one of them. They're just like, must stop Eric, and then they start typing.
The funny thing is if he just didn't buy 2 mods a month, he probably could hire 10 people to sit there on.
Yeah.
He's hiring 10 people to just sit there and hit F5 over and over again.
Have a fleet of people just doing that shit.
Now I know why you had your family in town, just to sit there and help you search mods and watch.
Yes, I hired them for a month.
I know that's how the Mexicans do it. Except we use our kids.
Sure, free labor.
I'm going down to Home Depot to hire a couple of guys to do this for me.
Go to Home Depot. You can get some guys to press F5 for you.
So when I lived
outside the U-Haul store,
we only have Lowe's.
So my ex-wife was Mexican, and her family was from California, and we moved down there for a little while. It was a very short marriage. We eloped. It was back when I was doing music, and she was actually a fan, and she was just, I mean, I'm not gonna lie, she was sexy as fuck. She had the whole pack, and so I was like, damn, I ain't getting any better than this. I better lock it down. It didn't work out. It didn't work out very well. Anyway, the moral of the story is, we lived in a studio apartment, right? And in LA, in Los Angeles County, a studio apartment is like $1,500 a month, and like the room I'm in right now doing this live was like the size of our apartment. And next door was a Latino family, and they were living in the same size apartment that we thought was cramped with 2 of us, and they had 14 people. And we would go over there and like hang out with them because there was a couple of them that were like our same age, and we would just bullshit. And my ex-wife was very fluent in Spanish. She was first generation born in America, and so we would go over there and bullshit with them, and they would just be sleep. It was like a can of sardines on the floor. Like they would just be stacked up. It was the craziest shit I ever saw.
They got them racked and stacked, wall to wall.
So hey, you know how much rent they pay?
Oh.
Sure.
Like $100 a month each. Yeah.
Remember, when it comes to those girls, never buy the truck when she's willing to give you the taco for free, okay?
Jesus, crazy.
You gotta be careful with Mexicans. Them Latinas got spice.
Oh fuck! That's why we're not married anymore. Thank you. She was, fuck.
She spiced you out,
bro. True story. True story. We got in an argument, and we had moved up to Washington again, because I was away from my son for 5 months. I couldn't fucking handle it. So we moved back up to Washington because his mom has primary custody. We get in this big fight. We say we're going to be separated. She goes back to California. I'm sleeping like 6 days later, and I wake up to her like pushing me. And I'm like, what the fuck is going? Not only did she fly all the way back to Washington, not only did she break into my motherfucking house, because she gave the key back when she left, so she literally broke in through a window. She was a 3rd grade teacher doing all this, by the way. But she's like grabbing me by my junk and like, we're going to talk. And I'm like, oh my goodness. Anyway, so we got divorced the next day.
Women are fucking crazy, dude.
we got divorced the next day. Yep.
I'm not even with my daughter's mom anymore. She still threatens to stab me on a regular basis. So.
Time for
you just gotta learn to live that way, buddy.
The annual stabbing.
Well, I don't know if I still see Swaggins in the chat, but my current girlfriend, who I've been with for 5 years, is Jewish, and that's another whole interesting story, but we won't go into that.
Guilty for everything you do.
What?
Does she give you that look?
Oh,
Does she give you that Jewish look and make you feel horrible for everything you do?
Oh yeah, dude, I've always been like, I've always been the type that like, I wouldn't say I'm controlling. I'm not controlling, but definitely I wore the pants. I was, not with this one. Nope. Mm-mm.
Yep.
That's the story that I want to hear right there. That's the one I want to hear one day.
Oh, I got to tell you guys my bachelor party weekend story.
Yes.
Oh.
And about how, yeah. So.
Did you lose your virginity?
I have a 13-year-old, Bill, just so you know. And yes, he is mine.
13-year-old.
Yeah, I knew what you were going to say. See? I stopped you. Fuck you, Bill. Fuck you. You know what? I'm going to give him...
Play nicely.
I'm going to give him his true title back. I'm going to give him his true name tag back. There we go. And he can't even see it, but chat can.
Oh, there it is.
There it is.
Oh, there it is.
Did he call me Robo Bill?
Anyway, so this is funny, too, because my brother-in-law, my girlfriend's brother, is getting married. I'm actually ordained as a minister. Let's not even go there right now. That's a long story in its own right. A lot of drunken nights, all right?
Were you sober when it happened?
No.
Okay, that's all.
But I'm an ordained minister, technically. So I'm actually performing their wedding ceremony. So the bachelor party was this weekend, and his girl, he definitely does not wear the pants in his relationship either. We'll just put it that way. So he chooses to have his bachelor party, right? They're having the bachelorette party in Portland, Washington. The bachelorette party is going to be in Portland, Oregon, which is a big city where there is party life. No, he chooses to have his in a little town called Leavenworth with like 5,000 population. Not just is that technically the town, but 30 minutes up into the mountains in a cabin. It was a beautiful cabin. It was a really cool place, but That's because he wanted to be able to have plausible deniability about a stripper. So we're like, fuck that. We're going to hire him a stripper. We're going to do it anyway. We're going to try to get.
She charged you mileage?
No. So we're searching, and we're out in this mountain town, and we're going on all these websites trying to find a stripper for him. Me and a couple of the guys. And we finally find one, and we call her. Well, her name was Steve.
Nice.
I dead ass. Her name was Steve, and she was willing. She was willing to wear a thong, and we were like, okay, we have two options here because we definitely don't want to do this, but it would be fucking hilarious. So we did.
Was it a guy?
It was a guy. That's the whole point.
Jesus Christ.
But he dressed as a girl when he stripped at these bachelor parties.
Oh my God.
And he actually ended up telling us he made his living that he wasn't actually trans. It was just like a joke thing. Like he would go play jokes at all these bachelor parties that they'd be like, we got you a stripper. And then he would show up dressed as a girl. He says he was not, but whatever.
I'm surprised he was never harmed, man.
We didn't end up, yeah, I know. We didn't end up hiring him. But I thought it was funny that this guy who dressed like a girl's name was Steve.
Maybe it was really me, man.
I would hire him.
Hey, you were in a mountain town, so you sure it wasn't me?
Oh, Carlos said, here comes the midget. You guys may have never heard my midget story, but go watch when I go on Black Cat Whiteface's live stream, and you'll hear my midget story. I don't want to go through it right here again, but yeah.
I think I've heard some of that story.
Yeah.
I don't know if anybody's ever seen the movie Basketball, but all I have is like in my head, Eric sitting there going, she's got the cutest nose, the nicest eyes, the sweetest Adam's apple.
That's a funny movie, man. Man, you should have hired him, man. Probably would have been fun.
I would have, just for the hell of it. I would have done it.
That would have made some real good snaps on Snapchat.
He wanted $500 to come all the way up there. I wasn't.
That's a little bit pricey, man.
You know, I just bought this thing, and this is a much better $500 spent.
Sure.
So.
You tell him, you know, I'll give you 300 to drive up here and dance, and if you can get him into the bathroom and let him suck your thing, I'll give you the 5.
What the hell's going on now, man?
Because that's blackmail right there.
Man.
What happened? What just happened?
Back to Grindr. Here we go.
Okay, who's getting whose dick sucked? That's first of all, that's the part I want to clear up.
You gotta get the Bachelor in there. If you get the Bachelor in there, you get a couple pictures, it's over. You got him for life. Sorry, I'm from the East Coast. I still think like that.
Sure, that's how we treat our friends.
Some people draw dicks on their friends' foreheads when they pass out, and others blackmail.
Sure.
I got it. I know. We're on the same page now.
Wow, this really opened my eyes to how everyone really is.
Oh, Eric, that's not the right face to make right now when we're talking about this.
Oh, I think I shouldn't have had 3 cups of coffee before I went on the air. Sorry.
Dude, Bill's a savage, man.
Yeah, that came out of left field.
Fictitious said he's not digging the size of the regulated limelight. He likes small mods to match his manhood.
Nice. Hey, I don't know, man. I don't think they're that bad, really.
It looks, I mean, between you and I, it doesn't have that cutout for the palm swell like the original unregulated limelights. That's the only thing that's got me kind of offset about that.
How you put the bottle in irritates me too, but
yeah, I don't like that necessarily.
I do like the bottom part where the bottle comes out. I think that's cool. It's just one turn.
Yeah.
I like that. But yeah, we're gonna call it on that, huh?
No, honestly, about taking mods and trading and going back to another, maybe finding another bliss. I don't know. I haven't decided.
Oh,
Sure.
do any of you live in New York?
Not
Apparently, Mr. Philip Vape said revenge porn is now outlawed in New York, so he's going to have to take some down.
Yeah. So if you ever have a friend, make sure you get him a male stripper and then blackmail him.
And name him Steve. Make sure his name is Steve.
Yes, make sure, and he charges you $500.
This Steve will do it for a limelight.
Sure.
Sure. Sure.
I could.
Sure. All right. We're going to do sign-offs? Are we really going? I couldn't tell if that was a joke.
Jared the Vaping Goat just got here, too.
Oh.
What's up, Mr. Vaping Goat?
What's up,
Yeah.
Jared? Good to see you, buddy. You
Probably
missed
am
all the
gonna call it.
teabagging midgets, drunken bachelor parties, sardine studio apartments, grinder. What else did you miss?
Blackmail.
An orgy,
Blackmail.
blackmail.
Venus blackmail.
There was also a conversation about
40 people living in an apartment.
yeah. You missed all the vape knowledge you could ever need.
And the holes. Don't forget about the holes.
All the
Oh,
oils.
the holes. Yeah.
Sure.
Mhm.
It was
Now-
productive, I'd
well,
say.
at least he's caught up now. Now you don't have to watch any of the beginning. You're caught
Sure.
up.
Yeah.
It was
Just
productive.
use your imagination.
Yeah.
You sure?
Just a regular Monday night, you know.
Just a regular. Yep. I hope my girlfriend never watches this, but
Random.
This shit ain't ever getting monetized. I know that shit.
it sure fucking isn't, Steve. It sure fucking isn't.
Game over for that shit. Jesus Christ.
Luckily, that hasn't gone through for right, Steve.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Luckily, YouTube doesn't acknowledge my life or my.
Yeah. Hey, the one thing he did miss, Jared the Vaping Goat, you missed his new mod, the VCR double dildo.
Sure.
Oh,
Yeah, the
Show
double
us-
butt.
Jared's
The
got to
double-
see it. Jared's got to
the
see it.
double- The double butt plug, if you will.
See, I was gonna call it. I was gonna call it the
One
double
in
dicked lizard.
One in the pink, one in the stink.
Sure. or just all on the taint.
All of it.
All of it.
Don't be drooling today.
Steve
Sure.
just likes to be able to put his mouth on more than one thing at once. That's
Sure,
it.
and I'm gonna invite people over. We can share it. We can spoon. We can flick each other's ears and talk dirty into each other's nothingness, sweet
What?
nothingness.
What's your address?
I'll be there.
Oh,
You gonna send out the e-vine on Facebook?
Yes,
I
it'll be
would-
an event.
Whoa! I thought we were keeping it to grinder, fellas.
Sure.
Oh, my
Sure.
bad.
Sure.
Yes.
Let's do
Grinder
this.
fight.
I was gonna broadcast it for free on Chat Roulette.
Oh, okay.
Okay, well, now that the show
Oh,
is
man.
destroyed, how about we call it? How about you say something, Bill? You can go first. Or actually, no, Mr. Mailman. Mr. Mailman.
evolved into like just random shit.
Sure. You know.
As always, an honor to be on the show with you guys, Mailman, Steve, Eric. You guys are always awesome. It's always awesome to be with you guys. Thank you to all those handsome, sassy motherfuckers in the chat because they're the reason we do what we do. And
Handsome and sassy. Sorry.
oh yeah, well they ain't all right, man. So it's kind of keeps it interesting. So
Sure.
I'll pass it on to Mailman. B and I went first.
All right. Well, thank you guys for having me, Eric. Steve, Bill. It was a pleasure. It was a pleasure, and thank you guys too in the chat. FC, Baby Cakes. I'll see you soon.
Ooh.
And all you guys.
Oh, wait, you're gonna be at MBE?
He's not going.
Oh, are you?
Not me. No, I'm not going either. I'm taking a vacation with my kiddo. That's pretty much that same day. Well, right after. We're actually taking off Sunday, Monday, but yeah. And that's, thank you guys. And
Where can people find you, Mr. Mailman Vapes 2?
right here on YouTube, my backslash is G4CEIN, G4sin, but Mailman Vapes 2.
G-Force.
I use the name so that way it's easy to find if you do a search on my name. So
Wait, what's G-Force in like your Nikes?
I made this YouTube account I don't know, like in 2009, I think, and I used to build a lot of computers back in those days, and it was a very popular motherboard at the time.
Hey, I think
So
it's
it's
cool.
Yeah, and they used to let you pick it back then, as opposed to now you got to earn it.
Yeah.
You know, you got to earn that //. So,
Sure.
Yep.
but yeah, you know, Mailman Vapes too.
3.
3, trois,
Trois.
Trois.
Ménage trois.
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 Mailman Menage a Trois.
Oh, all right.
And I'll pass it on to Eric.
The Steve's
Here we
going
go.
last. All right.
Always me.
Everybody head on over to youtube.com/Phoenix Vapor and go ahead and hit that sub button if you haven't. Oh, and go to phoenixvapor.com and use coupon code RTFA10 for 10% off all the best vape products in the world.
In the whole world?
In the whole world. In the
And now
whole
we're from our sponsor.
All right. Now that the shameless plug is done, thank you guys all in the chat for keeping us feeling like we're not as disgusting as we actually are, because you're right there with us. And
Sure.
thank you, Bill, Steve, and Mr. Mailman Vapes Trois, because you guys sure are some sick motherfuckers, and you make me feel a little normal.
I gotta
And,
go take a real shower after this.
Real shit, go sub to everybody. These are some funny guys. I had a good time. Same with you, chat. Love having a good time with y'all. It is 7:08, and the Vaping Politician is signing out.
Jesus. There he goes. He's gone. Oh, there he is. He's back. Oh, he's gone. Oh, there he is again. He's doing his impression of the robot.
Oh, pass it to Steve.
Sure. Okay. Over here in 1009 land, I would like to thank Grindr for sponsoring this broadcast tonight, and really makes all vapors happy to be vapors. You know what I'm saying? It really connects everyone, makes everyone feel welcome. But other than that, if you would like to subscribe to all these other gentlemen in the chat or in the video tonight, in the live tonight, I do thank Mr. Mailman Vapes Trois for being here on short notice as well. So I do thank you for that. But yeah, thank you everyone in the chat. I did just hit 1,000 recently, and I will be giving away the mod still. I still have to figure out how I'm going to give it away. I want it to be fair. I want it to be something that's, I don't know, fair for everyone that's subscribed over the past year. But yeah, I do thank Eric for taking care of all the back part of the video and making sure everything runs correctly. And I would like to thank myself for teaching Eric how to shamelessly plug. I think that's something that can't go unforgotten.
That is
But
true.
yes, and I would like to thank all the robo that Bill gives us. I think that is, without mention, one of the greatest gifts on this earth. But yeah, thank you guys for being here, and at 10:10, goodbye.
Nope.
Goodbye.
It's 7.